everyone, welcome to another video. In this video, we will talk about the cell cycle. So isa sa distinct characteristic ng cell is their ability to perpetuate. Ginagawa nila ito in order to maintain the existence of the organism. So the cell cycle is the name that we give to the actual process of cell division or the duplication of cell that forms new daughter cells. It is divided into two types according to the type of cell that we have. Mitosis happens in somatic cells. Somatic cells are the type of cell that makes up our organs and tissues, while meiosis is the cell division that happens in sex cells or germ cells. They are responsible in the reproduction of the organism. Now, we will not talk about meiosis in this video. Rather, we will talk about the mitosis. And mitosis is divided into two major phases. We have the interphase and the mitosis or the M phase. Now, interphase is divided into G1, S, and G2. Interphase is responsible for the preparation of the cell for the actual cell division. So, kailangan ng interphase bago magkaroon ng cell division. What are the preparations that the cell needs? During G1, the cell increases its size. So, lumalaki yung cell. It also synthesizes additional proteins, additional organelles, no, to support the cell division. Halimbawa na lang, it adds more number of mitochondria to supply more energy for the cell. Now, also in G1, the cell decides if it will undergo the whole process or the whole cycle and finish the cell division, or take a rest and stop the cycle, which we call G0. So, if the cell decides to continue the whole cycle, the cell undergo the S phase. The S phase is responsible in the synthesizing of the DNA chromatin into chromosome. Ang chromosome, ito yung packaging ng chromatins or the DNA. Now, after the synthesizing of DNA, the cell undergo the G2, where it checks all the remaining preparations for the cell to undergo actual cell division. Tinitignan muna ni G2 if the cell is ready for the actual division. Halimbawa, may nakita siyang problem sa DNA. It tries to repair the DNA before the actual cell division. Now, after the G2, the cell will proceed to the M phase, okay, which is divided into 5 phases, which we will be discussing right now. The M phase is divided into 5 phases. For us to remember the different phases, tandaan na lang natin yung tinatawag nating PMAT, where P stands for Prophase, M stands for Metaphase, A stands for Anaphase, and T stands for Telophase. These 4 phases are included in the preparation for actual cell division that happens during cytokinesis. Cytokinesis is the actual cell division. Now, let us make some illustration. So the first phase, which we call the prophase, let's say for example, this is the cell, okay? Then the cell envelope or the nuclear envelope starts to dissolve. Okay? Natutunaw na yung nuclear envelope. And inside the nuclear envelope, makikita natin dyan yung chromosome. Okay? Drawing tayo ng dalawang uri. Yan. Yan. And then, another characteristic of the prophase is that the spindle fibers, okay, o yung centromeres, or centrioles, centrioles, yan, nabubuo na yung mga centrioles. Okay? And the centrioles moves in an outward direction, okay? Papunta dito, tsaka dito. Okay? Now, after the prophase, we have the metaphase. We have the metaphase. During the metaphase, the chromosomes will line up at the center of the cell, okay? And the centrioles, okay, ito yung mga centrioles natin, okay, will extend its spindle fiber that will connect to the centromeres of each chromosome. Yung centromere, nakikita natin yan dito sa gitna. Ayan, dito. Ito yung mga centromeres. Okay? So, these are the centromeres. Centromeres. Ayan. Ito yung mga centromeres. And the spindle fiber will prepare to pull out the chromosomes in an outward position. After the metaphase, we have the anaphase. Anaphase is the actual separation of chromatid sister, okay? Actual separation of chromatid sister. Okay? And let's draw the centrioles together with their spindle fibers. Ayan. Attach in the centromere of each chromosomes. Ayan. Okay? And then, after the anaphase, we have the telophase. We have the telophase. During the telophase, the chromosomes, the chromosomes will be continuously be pulled out by the centrioles outwards. And then, nuclear envelope starts to form. Ayan, malapit na yan. Nagpo-form na yung mga nuclear envelope. Okay? And then, because of the outward movement, the cell becomes elongated, okay, for the actual cell division. Magkakaroon na siya ng konting hati-hati dyan. Okay? And then, we have the actual cell division, which we call the cytokinesis. So the actual cell division creates two new daughter cells. Mawawala na nga pala yung ano niya. Yung pagkaka-condense ng chromosomes ng DNA, mawawala na. Kaya ang magiging itsura niyan, ganyan na. Yan. Chromatids na sila. Yan. Okay? So, there you have it, the actual cell cycle. Okay? We have the prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, and the cytokinesis. And then after the cytokinesis, each of these cells will undergo the same cell cycle all over again. No? Pupunta siya sa G1, sa S, sa G2, sa M phase, and then undergo the same process of the cell division. And this will continue, okay, until the organism is alive. Okay? So thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something about cell cycle.